Hello everyone, I'll be discussing problem C for Codeforces round 737. The problem says that you are given an array and what you want to do is you want to find basically all the possible arrays which satisfy a particular condition, and the condition is that if you take the AND of all these elements in the array, it should be greater than or equal to the XOR of all these elements. So uh, and it's also given that each element can have will be less than 2 to the power k, so it will have at most like k bits set. So how do we solve it? Well, the thing is that consider this to be an array having n elements, and each element ai will be of this form, having k bits ranging from 0 to basically k minus 1. So what I want to do is I want to find the possible combinations of elements of the array. Like one combination could be 1 2 3 2. One combination could be, it's not nice, I'm not talking about the permutations only. Like if suppose this is a particular configuration which is good, this is also a good configuration, but there can be some other configuration like 5 4 1 2, something like this. I have to find what are the all the possible arrays which satisfy this condition. Okay, so suppose I have a function f for a particular bit which gives me the answer uh, if all the elements had at most uh, these bit number of bits, or f of, let's call this f of n. It returns to me all the possible combinations. So all the possible combinations where each element in the array has at most uh, n bits. Okay. Uh, yes. Suppose this is what f of n is. Now, if all the elements have at most n bits, then the XOR and the AND of all these elements will also have at most n bits. So let's think of what the XOR and AND can look like. Suppose this is the AND of all elements and this is the XOR of all the elements. And there are at most n bits, or let's call this k as well, not n. Suppose there are k bits. And I am talking about this k minus 1th bit. If the AND somehow has this set to 1, so if the AND has this bit set to 1 and the XOR has this bit set to 0, what I am saying is now I have 1, because it does not matter what the AND is for these bits. Like the AND could be 0 for all these bits and 1 for all the bits for the XOR, but I am still winning. So if I know like what are all the possible combinations of elements or distinct arrays such that this bit is 1 for the and this bit is 0, I can have any combinations for the rest of the array elements, because uh, we don't worry about what these bits are basically. What could be the second case? The second case could be, I'll just okay, draw. Okay. So the second case for the and for the XOR could be that it's possible that the AND is also 1 and the XOR is also 1. So in this case, suppose okay, I'll also show what would be the answer be. So for this case, suppose the total combinations of elements is C1, such that the XOR, the AND is 1 here and the XOR is 0 here. Then the total number of ways would be C1 into, for each element, now the remaining k minus 1 bits can be of any type. We don't care about how those bits are set for the remaining elements. Like for all the n elements, how those k minus 1 remaining bits are set, we don't worry about that, because we have a combination such that the uh, kth bit kth bit gives the AND as 1 and the XOR is 0. So the rest of the bits can be anything for all the elements. We would still be winning. So it would be 2 ki power k minus 1 ki power n. That is, for each element we have 2 ki power k minus 1 choices remaining. And since there are n elements, this would be the answer for this case. So I have to find this C1, and once I find this C1, I can just multiply it by 2 ki power k minus 1 into 2 ki power k minus 1 into n, and I would get the get one part of the answer. That is one possibility. What are the total ways that this possibility can exist? The second is if both of the bits are 1. In that case, um, it would be C2 into f of k minus 1. That means, you know, I just, first of all, C2 is the total number of ways such that this is possible. That is, the AND is 1 and the XOR is 0. And f of k minus 1 would mean, now since both of these digits are same, so I am neither losing nor I am winning at these bits, but I want to find the total number of possibilities for the k minus 1 bits, if like each element had only k minus 1 bits left. And the third case would be the AND could be 0 and the XOR could also be 0. There is also a fourth case where the AND is 0 and the XOR is 1, but we would be losing there, so I'm not taking that. And here the answer would be C3 into f of k minus 1, the same thing. So what I want to do is I want to basically like the answer, the f of k would be something like this. This is how I can write f of k. Now, how do I calculate these C1, C2, C3? This is the next thing. So the C1 and C2 are relatively simpler. So think of it like this. When I am talking about C1, what I want is the AND should be 1, and in C2 also the AND is 1. Now, when can the AND be 1? It can only be possible when all of the elements A1, A2 till AN have the kth bit set. Only that case it's possible. Now, if the kth bit is set in all of them, there are two cases. If n is even or n is odd. So if n is even, the since all the elements have this bit is set, the XOR would be 0. If n is odd, the XOR would be 1. So um, I've made a table. Just look at these two things which I've talked about. So if I'm talking about C1, C2 and C3, I'll talk about C3 later. Let's talk about C1 first. If the AND is 1, that means all the elements would be having that kth bit set. And if the number of elements are even, then this possibility is not true, because it can never happen, because the XOR would always be 0. But if there are odd number of elements, then C1 would be 1, because there is only one way to arrange the bits. All of them would have the bit set, so we don't have any choice there. The same for here. If the number of elements are even and the AND is 1, the XOR would definitely be 0. So the odd case would not be true. Now, the third case is, how do we calculate C3 where the XOR is 0 and the AND is 0? So, how do we calculate this? The way we calculate it would be, let's talk about the even case first, okay? If suppose there are 4 elements, A1, A2, A3, A4, at least one of them would need to have this bit as 0, the kth bit as 0, otherwise the AND would be 1. Now suppose only one of these elements has it, like it's something like 0, 1, 1, 1. So this is a bad case because the XOR is not 0, XOR is coming out to be 1 for the kth bit. And if so what I want is, I want even elements to have the kth bit set as 0 and the rest of the even elements would be having it as 1. So I can choose for this case, even case, NC2 plus NC4. That means from the element n elements, choose any two of them and tell them that okay, you have to have this bit as 0, the kth bit as 0, or you choose 4 elements, or you choose 6 elements, and so on. So this would till n, because n is even, this would be 2 to the power n minus 1 minus 1. Here it is. And for the odd case, uh, I think you can again figure it out. So for the odd case, suppose we have 3 elements, A1, A2, A3. And if I tell, okay, A1, you have to have the kth bit as 0 and the rest of you can have it as 1. So this is fine, because since I am assigning an odd number of elements the bit 0, an even number of elements would be left with bit 1 and their XOR would be 0. So it would be NC1 plus NC3 plus NCN. This is 2 to the power n minus 1. Now, if you are still confused with what this C1, C2, C3 means, so this is basically, I think now the question is done, but I'll just try to again explain what this C1, C2, C3 means. So, like, look for this case when the XOR is 0 and the AND is 0, and suppose we have got 5 elements. And so what the red box, now this is basically the, like, the number of bits in the red box plus the blue box plus the green box equals to k, like the total number of bits that each element was given to be 2 to the power k, right? So the thing is that when I'm trying to call the function for some bit b, so this blue box is that bit, and everything in the red boxes is same, so it's like 0 1 0 0 1, like sorry, it should be same. um, so, or it's not necessarily that it's the same, but the thing is that the XOR for all the red boxes and the AND for all the red boxes is same. And I want to find the total ways that I can distribute the bits in these blue boxes such that this condition is true, that is the XOR is 0 and the AND is 0. So for example, one case could be like 0 1 1 1 1. Another distribution could be 1 0 1 1 1, and so on. So this is what I mean by distributions. So that is all for this question. Basically, you have to calculate the C1, C2, and C3, and f of k is equals to C1 times this, C2 times f of k minus 1, and C3 times f of k minus 1 here. And then like, you can figure out what would be the base case. The base case would be when k is equals to 0, and yeah, I think you can use the same logic to like see what would be the answer for the base cases. Thank you. It might be a bit confusing. I tried to record this video 2 times, um, but I hope that you understood the concept clearly. Thank you for watching. Bye.